Hi guys, welcome to my channel where we talk about everything from tech to films and all the fun stuff in between. In today's video, let's quickly check out all the new phones from Samsung in their recent Unpacked event. So you're getting 4 new models, the S20, S20 Plus, S20 Ultra and the Galaxy Z Flip. Yeah, quite a big jump in the numbering system. Apple skipped the number 9 with their iPhones, whereas Samsung jumped from 10 to 20. Big number should mean big specs, right? Yes, on paper, at least. I don't think any other manufacturer in 2020 would do what Samsung has done. It's like that they got a tech guru and asked him to write his dream numbers on paper within reason. Well, not 100% reason, maybe like 30% reason. And the numbers which he came up with, Samsung put them on their phones. So let's look at the specs first. Screen sizes on the S20 and S20 Plus are 6.2 and 6.7 inches respectively. Screen resolution is over 500 ppi. It's like a over 4K resolution screen. Processor is a Snapdragon 865 64-bit octa-core processor. Phone is 5G ready out of the box. In the UK, we're still struggling for decent 4G speeds. I think 5G is way off for now. S20 also has 400 milliamp hour battery, whereas the Plus has 4500 milliamp hour battery. So that's a decent battery size. I mean, it is needed, especially if you consider that over 4K screen. Internal storage starts from 128 gigs, expandable to up to 1 terabyte with a micro SD card. Apple, please take some notes and inspiration here. You still give us crappy 64GB storage in 2020, even with the Pro models of your iPhones and iPads. Next, let's talk more dramatic updates. That screen is 120 Hertz display, so it refreshes at 120 Hz instead of the standard 60 Hz which most phones do. Scrolling and gaming will be buttery smooth, but there is a catch. If you set the refresh rate to 120 Hz from the settings, the screen resolution will max out at full HD and not the insane over 4K resolution. Guess this is to save battery life. And I don't think you'd be missing it that much by losing that extra screen resolution, because at the size of that mobile phone, 4K resolution is a bit insane really. Both the phones support up to 25 watts fast charging, and they also do support fast reverse wireless charging as well. Now it goes without saying that this year's phone trends are going to be 120 Hz screens and insane camera specs. I personally think that we are way off from getting a decent foldable phone. So yes, 2020 phone trends are going to be faster screens and better camera modules. And Samsung does what Nokia did ages ago with their phone. When everyone were maxing out at 8 million pixel cameras on their phones, Nokia goes in and adds 41 million pixel rear shooter. It's not that putting more megapixels will give you better results, as what Apple currently does with its 12 megapixel camera cluster, or even what Google did with its single lens, tells us that it's not all about pixels. But this doesn't stop Samsung from going crazy with the numbers. The S20 and S20 Plus has triple camera setup at the back, main camera and a wide-angle camera. Both are at 12 million pixels, but the telephoto one is an insane 64 million pixels. You get 3 times optical zoom, but Samsung has done something with the digital zoom software, giving you almost up to 30 times of zoom. Both the phones are also capable of shooting 8K video at 30 frames per second. Yes, you heard it right, 8K video. The little I know about sensors and camera systems is that you require more megapixels for 8K to work. So if you toggle on that 8K switch on your settings on the S20 or S20 Plus, then the video will only record via the telephoto lens and not the other 2 lenses. I am not sure what screens you have to use to watch that 8K video playback, but yeah, it is there on the Galaxy phones. Then that front selfie camera is a 10 million pixels and it can shoot 4K videos at 60 frames per second. So crazy numbers here, right? But wait, it gets crazier with the Ultra. So stick around guys, we'll talk about that a little later in this video. Design wise, the phones are bigger in size. There isn't much curved glass this time compared to the last one. The frame is made of aluminium with the glass front and back and comes in 4 colors. Actually, there is a bit of confusion when it comes to the colors here because you don't get the same colors for S20 and S20 Plus. The smaller phone comes in this extra cloud pink color if you want, and the S20 Plus is not offered in that pink color. And with the cosmic black, it's the other way around. You get it in the bigger Plus model, but not on the smaller one. So if you want to get that pink color, you have to go with the smaller size. I think iJustine will be all over that pink color, but she'll have to settle for a smaller screen size this time. The camera cluster is square and it's to the left hand side, and I think I like this better than the trypophobia inducing iPhone camera cluster. In the UK, the price of the S20 starts from $799 and the Plus one is $999. So really not cheap phones, they are definitely on the high end of the pricing spectrum. Samsung still offers 4G only connectivity on the smaller S20 model for the same cost. I mean, I'm not sure why someone would just choose 4G instead of choosing 5G, but this option is still there. Maybe Samsung knows that UK is far behind rest of the world when it comes to mobile speeds. And if you order the S20 Plus and the Ultra phones, you get the Samsung Buds Plus free, which in my opinion is a very good incentive to upgrade really. I don't think we'll ever see Apple including their AirPods in the box for at least the Pro models. I'm not sure if this is gonna ever happen, but that would be so nice. Now let's talk about that crazy S20 Ultra. The specs on this phone are truly from an Android fan's dreams. I mean, the form factor looks the same, and you get only cloud black and cosmic gray color options. But the differences, let's talk about them. First, the screen is a massive 6.9-inch display, and the battery is a whopping 5000 mAh one. Next, the cameras, brace yourself. Here come some very big numbers. It has a 4-camera setup. The resolution of the main camera is a whopping 108 megapixels. Yes, 108 megapixels. Telephoto camera is 48 megapixels and the ultra wide is 12 megapixels. And there is also a time of flight camera which will help with depth sensing and probably some AR apps. You get standard 10x optical zoom, but again with the software, this goes up to 100x digital zoom. Samsung is calling this space zoom. They even mark this on the camera on the back of the phone. Not sure if we would even need or use 100x zoom, but yes, it is there on the phone. And that 8K video restriction which was there on the S20 and S20 Plus is not present here. You can shoot full 8K videos using the main camera because of that crazy 108 million pixel resolution. The selfie camera also goes crazy at 40 million pixels with 4K video recording capability at 60 frames per second. Such big numbers, we all should wait and see if all this would help you in giving that killer and totally over the top photos and videos. I know soon we will be inundated with 40 million pixel selfies and 100x zoom macros and 8K videos from all tech gurus, so we'll have ample samples to judge. The cost of the S20 Ultra starts from £1,200 with 128 gigabytes of storage. Now let's move on to the next phone. It is Samsung's little hobby phone, the Galaxy Z Flip. Well, that's what I would call foldable screens phones at the moment. Hobby phones, as the tech is not really there to match the specs from the S20 series, nor foldable tech has caught up to give you that best experience. But still, I feel that they are right steps taken towards the future of that perfect foldable phones, which I'm sure some manufacturer will crack it and give us that ultimate foldable display. Main thing to talk about here with the Galaxy Z Flip is that hinge. Samsung says they have added additional elements to prevent rust from entering, and it is built to last. This hinge also will work in 3 modes, so you now get an in-between laptop-like mode beside opening and closing. Samsung even configured several apps to utilize this new laptop mode. The screen is a 6.7-inch display, and then there is an external 1.1-inch display to show you notifications and missed calls, and you can even use this as the world's smallest and ridiculous viewfinder if needed. The foldable screen is actually glass here and not plastic like others, and so you would feel that fold in between quite a bit, even more than the Razer phone. More tech specs. As I mentioned, the screen is a 6.7-inch flex display, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, and it has the same 64-bit octa-core processor. And the battery is a 3300 mAh. Camera system on the back is a dual lens setup with 12 megapixels wide and ultra wide lens. You do not get the telephoto lens or the time of flight lens like in the S20 series. The selfie camera is a decent 10 million pixels. This phone also doesn't get 5G support, and it comes in 2 colors, mirror purple and mirror black. The cost for it is a whopping £1,300, giving you 256 gigabytes of storage. So you pay top price for that hinge and foldable screen technology, but compromise on the specs. I really don't see anyone actually buying this phone when you can get the top-end S20 Ultra phone for about £100 cheaper. But yes, we'll see this on every top tech YouTuber's hands for sure. So we will definitely get an in-depth decent review of the phone. Just a few small things which I missed. All the screens are these Infinity O displays, which Samsung calls, with a selfie camera cut out in the middle. So you get a very decent screen to body ratios. All the phones have inbuilt under-screen fingerprint scanners and face unlock options. And all of them have got rid of that 3.5mm headphone jacks. So that sums up everything from Samsung's recent mobile phone launch. Samsung definitely went bold and big with their numbers this time, and only time will tell if that really has paid off. So let's wait and watch this space. That's all for now, guys. Please do subscribe to my channel for more interesting content, and as always, thanks a lot for staying until the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.